Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is an overview of my MAC lipstick collection. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I currently own 21 MAC lipsticks and 9 of their lip liners, and I figured let's throw it all onto my face and show you what all of these things are all about. So there's a reason why this thing happened. This didn't happen overnight. In the past year, I have been updating my MAC lipstick collection. Again, I used to own a similar number of MAC lipsticks in the past. A lot of those expired on me and I had to get rid of them. And then last year, also in May, I filmed a video all about my top 10 favorite cool tone lipsticks. And I wanted to make it an even split between some high-end things and some lower end drugstore things. And those were just things I had in my collection at the time. And a lot of people were saying, well, why don't you have Brave if you love cool tone lipsticks? Here's the thing. I used to own Brave and really loved it on myself, but it had expired on me. So that video sort of catapulted into me going towards, going to a MAC counter and swatching some things. And this was right around the time that MAC started to update their lipstick collection. And before 2024, I didn't like lip liners, so I never used lip liners with any of my lipsticks. I always thought it was a faff, but I have found that now that I do like lip liner, that MAC is one of my favorite brands. So now I have some lip liners that are either exact matches to some of these lipsticks or that I like to use with some of my MAC lipsticks to make them more wearable to me. I'm currently not having anything on my lips, save for a bit of lip balm, because I do have quite pigmented lips naturally that have a purpley undertone. So that really affects what things look like on me. So if you were looking into the MAC lipstick range and you didn't know what to buy from them, then maybe this video can also be helpful for you to figure out what you might like. So I'm going to throw on all of these lipsticks, pair them with some lip liners. We're going to do swatches on the back of my hand, and we're going to chat about these lipsticks just a tiny bit. So let's start with the lipstick that kicked the whole thing off. This is Brave. This is what made me want to repurchase some of my MAC lipsticks. It is like a pinky, purpley toned, cooler toned lipstick, and I'm starting with the lightest things first because things are going to stain my lips. So here is what Brave looks like on the back of my hand. I feel like it's not as purple as I remember it being, but that could just be me. So here is what Brave looks like on my lips. With nothing, no lip liner. I just like to wear this as is. I don't really tend to wear a lip liner with it. In case you were wondering, this is still the old packaging because I was able to find it online before they discontinued all of the satins to renew them, and I think they still do it. But here is a bullet of the new range. So the new bullets are slightly bigger and they're also thicker. So I feel it's almost not as nice because these feel very sleek and minimal. And I feel like the big ones, the new ones, are just a bit bigger and therefore bulkier. Next up, my all-time favorite MAC neutral lipstick that works really well for my skin tone, and that would be Twig. I've loved Twig. This was in the video last year. This has just a touch more brown to it than pink, I feel, compared to Brave. So that's why I also wanted to swatch these next to each other so you can really see the difference here. So here is the difference between Twig and Brave. You can also see that Twig is just a touch deeper, which is usually my preference. I like things that are just a touch darker than my natural lips are. And here is what Twig looks like on me. I feel this is stunning. I'm really loving this shade. I don't think this is one I ever repurchased yet because it's also a shade that I got a little bit later. But Twig has always been one of my favorites, and I believe they still do this one as well in the new range. Next up is a brand new one that I haven't worn yet because this one I was so intrigued with. This is Pink Peppermint. This is one of the new satin lipsticks that they do, and I used to own a shade that was called Pink Plaid by MAC. And it was very similar to this. It was just a matte, and this is more of a satin formula. But look at how blue toned that is, but without it being like a true Barbie pink. So I haven't seen this on my lips yet, but the swatch of it really intrigued me because it reminded me of that shade. And I used to love it, but I think I need a bit of a lip liner with it. So I think I'm going to use Whirl because I think I need a little bit of brown with a bit of warmth in to balance this out. and to make it look a little less noticeable. So I'm first going to apply it as is, and then I'll layer Whirl on top. So this is Pink Peppermint by itself. Not a good look, I feel, especially because what happens a lot to me when I wear very light lipsticks is that like I get a really nice dark ring around my mouth where sort of that natural lip color and then my skin, there's like almost like a barrier to it, which I cannot cover up with the lipstick because then it would look weird. So I always feel there's a little bit of darkness coming through, which is why very light lipsticks just don't work for me. But yeah, this I feel could be nice with, for instance, some of the like lighter, like cooler tone brown lipsticks I have as well. So I have Grayge and Stone, but I think Grayge and Stone I want to use with other lipsticks that are still coming up. So that's why I was like, maybe I should use Whirl with it to, you know, make that work a little bit better. Let me swatch the lip liners here. So here is what Whirl looks like in a swatch on me. So here is what Pink Peppermint looks like with a little bit of Whirl. I think this works just a touch better. It's not as stark of a contrast anymore with my natural skin tone and like what's going on in my lips naturally and what the lipstick has to offer. So a successful switch for sure. And then we get to one of my favorite combos. We have Mehr lipstick, which I repurchased. This was part of the repurchasing plan at the time because Mehr was one of my favorite neutrals that I used to own. And I used to own Soore lip liner that I would wear with it. So this has always been a great combo for me. I also have Soore lipstick. I didn't know that they had a lipstick called Soore as well, but I like wearing that by itself. I also like wearing Mehr by itself. Here is what Mehr looks like. And here is what Soore lip pencil looks like. So I am going to put these on together, but I'll put on the lipstick first so you can see the lipstick by itself and then pair it with the lip liner. This is Mehr by itself. One of the best nudes ever on me, I find. And here is Mehr with Soore lip pencil. As you can see, Soore is just a touch deeper than Mehr is, and it really adds this nice dimension of like having a slightly darker lip line compared to what the rest of the lip does. Normally, I tend to put on the lip liner first and then the lipstick, but I feel that you cannot see the lipstick color by itself very well if it's layered over a lip liner. So that's why I'm doing it this way. But I would normally put on the lip liner first and then apply the lipstick on top. I feel that looks a little bit more natural than when you do it the other way around. And then the final sort of pinky tone nude I have is Soore lipstick for you. So Soore, like I said, also in the lipstick, it is a slightly deeper version of Mehr. And so it depends on what I'm sort of feeling like that day. What do I want to go for? But I do feel this has more purple as well. It is deeper, but Mehr or Soore does have a bit more purple as well. So depending on what you want to go for, this may be nice. So here is Soore lipstick. I love that because this has a little bit more depth. It's perhaps even more versatile than Mehr because you could wear this as a stain, like take most of it off, blot it down, and add a bit of lip gloss on top. And you're going to get the look, but because this has so much purple in, I think it's a great one if you love your cool tones and you're looking for a one-stop shop that can go very vampy, because I think if you wear this with Soore lip liner, you can make it look super sharp and polished. So it's great for like a more glammed up look, but you can also tone it down and make it look very natural. So that's why this is one of my new favorites. I didn't own this one before. So I kick things off with my 5 sort of like pinky nude things, but I also have some brownie, more classic nudes. And these are the things that I keep trying and then I figure out maybe not for me. So I've got shades in here like Cool Teddy and like some of the newer lines that they did in January. But I also have some things that I feel work better for me that not a lot of people talk about. So let me start by pairing Cool Teddy with a bit of Cool Spice, because that was of course the thing, the launch of the year, I feel. I really feel like 2025 is the year that MAC has put itself back on the map. But Cool Teddy, like, it's not cool toned. If you were hoping that this would be cool toned, no, it's still a brown. It still has quite a bit of peach in. And I feel a similar vein goes for Cool Spice. It's still brown, but these pair really, really well together. And if I want to go for that classic neutral look, I feel it does work, but these aren't my best shades, I feel. So here is Cool Teddy by itself on me. And here is what it looks like if I'm pairing it with a little bit of Cool Spice. I feel I need Cool Spice. I need to fix that corner a little bit. That's always my struggle bus. Like this little corner here, I never know what to do with. It never looks right. But I feel I almost need a bit of Cool Spice to neutralize Cool Teddy a little bit more and make it more wearable. Because I also feel with Cool Teddy, you can see sort of that red ring around my mouth sometimes. I used to own regular Teddy in the past. Like that was my original favorite. And this Cool Teddy is more similar to the Teddy that we used to have. If you buy Teddy nowadays, it's a much more orange tone shade than the one that I used to have. So this is closest to what I also remember Velvet Teddy. I think that's what it was actually called. What it actually looked like on me originally. So this is okay. It still works. I think it goes really nicely with the look I've got going on. But I would go for the pinky tones more so than I do this. That's why I repurchase some of those the most, because I know I love those. Next up, we have Grayge with Folio, because I feel with Folio, I need a lip liner to make it work, because this shade, it looks very yellow. And I kind of knew that going into it, but everybody was like raving about this, like being the shade that Angelina Jolie used to wear. So here is what Folio looks like in a swatch on me. And I like pairing it with Grayge because it has a little bit of that same sort of almost green tone to it that I feel that in Folio you can see as well. And I feel that the green in Grayge kind of neutralizes the yellow in Folio. So let me show you Folio by itself. So here is Folio by itself. I do like this quite like a lot when I just blot it on, and you can see some of my natural lip color coming through. That's a good look with this as well. But I prefer it if I pair it with a little bit of Grayge. So here's what Grayge and Folio look like together on me. If I want to go for like a neutral lip but with a little bit of edge, I feel this works quite well for me. I do like to take some of Folio off. I feel that then it looks better. I feel if I put Folio on too heavily, it looks too much like you've got clay on your lips and it doesn't look good. But this way I feel I can definitely get away with it. Then to stick to the browns, I've got Stone lipstick with Stone lip liner. Stone works really well with Folio as well if you want a much darker edge, I find. But I find that like Stone is like a shade up. And especially in the lip liner, I feel it also goes really well with the next shade I have to show you. But I like to wear the next brown shade I have a little bit more as well. So here is what Stone lipstick looks like swatched. And this is Stone by itself on me. I don't feel I'm wearing the right eye look for this to go with. Like with a very minimal eye, I feel this can work on me. But I like pairing it with Stone lip liner, which I'll swatch next to Grayge. So you can see that Stone definitely has more brown to it than Grayge has. I feel Grayge is a bit more muted compared to this. And what I feel with Stone lip liner, because now I've applied that with the lipstick, I feel that it's sort of the lip liner pulls some of the warmth out of the actual lipstick. So it makes it look more gray toned once it goes into the lips. So this is not for the faint of heart, but I do like this look from time to time. I don't wear this a lot, but I wanted to try it because it's such a cult favorite and I did want to test it out now that they've like done it as a lipstick as well. And then the brown of choice that I have had in my makeup collection the longest, I got this with Back to MAC, back when you could still like exchange some of your old MAC products for lipsticks. And this is Verve. And Verve is a brown, but it has a lot of red in. So it's more like It's a nice bridge to the next section, I feel, because look at the difference. Like Verve, yes, it's brown, but next to Stone, it looks red. But on me, it pulls definitely a little bit more brown toned. And I like to wear this as is. So here's what Verve looks like on me. I think that as far as a brown tone goes, this is one of the best options for me because it has quite a lot of red. And on my lips, it even has a hint of purple in, which is why it's flattering. My lipstick application is becoming more horrendous by the minute because of me having to take it off. So that's going to be only getting worse in the next two sections because we still have reds and brights and vampy things left. So this lip line is going to be a mess. Next up, I didn't really know where to put this lipstick, but it's not exactly a nude and it's not exactly a red. It's kind of in between, and it's Stay Curious, and this is from the Powder Kiss lipstick range. Do they still do this? I don't know, but it is sort of like more muted red. It's really pretty if you want to try a red lipstick, but you don't know where to start. Then Stay Curious can be really nice. I kind of wear this for the days where I want a red, but I don't really want to wear a red. I hope that makes sense. So here is Stay Curious, a muted red, and because of the Powder Kiss formula, it's really thin going on. It feels very smooth, but it is very matte and has this blurry, powdery sort of texture to it that we see a lot in K-beauty brands. So yeah, this is really pretty on, but it is a bit of an odd one in the bunch of other MAC lipsticks that I have. And then we're getting into reds. Like I mentioned, I have 5 reds by MAC, and some of these are, like all of these are older lipsticks. I'm not sure if they still do all of these shades. The first one I have is actually a Frost. This was another back to MAC purchase because the lady who helped me pick these out was like, but if they're free, why won't you go for things that you wouldn't normally wear rather than going for things that you already owned? And I was like, yeah, you got a fair point there. So this is New York Apple. And the Frost formula, of course, has this really nice shine to it. Now, Frost lipsticks are apparently back, so I'm glad I still have this. But this has purple through it. Like, it's such a different shade for me. I don't wear shades like this a lot. I don't see a lot of brands doing anything like this either, but this is really pretty on. And here is what New York Apple looks on me. It's stunning. Like, it looks really shiny when you first see it going on, but then it's not that shiny. And I love a good deal of shine in most of my lipsticks. Like if I wear like a gloss or anything like that, I like something shiny, so why not in a lipstick? And this is a really pretty shade. It's such a good festive shade as well. It really brings out the purpliness in my lips. It's quite sheer. It has a bit of shine, but it's a red at the same time. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. Next up is the other Powder Kiss lipstick I have. This is Lasting Passion, and this is what made me get rid of Relentlessly Red, which was a lipstick I used to own as well. But I felt that this was too similar. It's another one like those really nice, vibrant, bright, almost neon-y, corally red. It's got a lot of pink running through it. So, and it has that same sort of blurry formula as Stay Curious has. Here is what Lasting Passion looks like on me. It's really, really pretty. The reason why I got rid of Relentlessly Red was because it was not my favorite formula. It was a retro matte, which are very, very mattifying, and I feel this gives you the matte look, but without the very difficult to wear sort of formula. So that's why I decided to keep this over that. But I still have that look in my makeup collection now, so that's a really pretty shade. My favorite ever MAC lipstick, and also the oldest MAC lipstick I still own. You can see how much this is worn down. This is Red Carpet Red, my first ever full-on red lipstick, I almost feel. I found other things that I like a little bit better on me, but yeah, this is such a good classic one. No, did I call it Red Carpet Red? It's Russian Red. I always mess up the name. Red Carpet Red is by Charlotte Tilbury, which I also love, and it's very similar to this. This was created for the Madonna Blonde Ambition tour, if I'm not mistaken. And this, despite it being super old, is still going strong in my makeup collection. So let's throw on Russian Red. Okay, so I did an absolutely atrocious job of putting this on. My lips are starting to get a little bit sore, but here is what Russian red looks like on me. This is one of the most beautiful reds in my lipstick collection. If this ever expires, I'm definitely going to be repurchasing it. I know a lot of people love Ruby Woo. I never owned that one. That was another retro matte, which is why I never picked that one up. And a nice old one as well. I don't wear this a lot anymore, but it's such a relic. It still smells okay. It still smells like vanilla. This is Lady Danger. I used to love wearing this in the summertime, back when I was still more in my orange toned era, back in 2016, you could say. So this is a really beautiful orange toned red. It's very orange compared to everything else, but I have a true orange from MAC as well, so we're gonna get to the orange later. Lady Danger. Every single time I put this on, I'm like, oh, I should wear this again more often, but I now feel that it just doesn't really go with my complexion all that well, so that's why I've stopped wearing it. But I have loads of videos up on this channel from back in the day when I was still living in my old place, to where I was wearing lipsticks like this all the time. Like, I used to wear these religiously. It's a really pretty shade, but not really my cup of tea anymore. And the final red I have for you is Chili. And this has always been one of my favorites for the fall time. Again, an older one, so I'm not sure they still do this. It's got a lot of brown running through it for a red. So here is Chili. And this is beautiful. It's pretty similar to Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Cinnabar, in case you're familiar with the Lisa Eldridge range. I tend to wear Cinnabar nowadays over this. That's pretty much what happened to some of these older MAC lipsticks, is that I started trying out Lisa Eldridge, and then I loved those lipsticks formula-wise just a little bit better, and these were forgotten. But if they haven't expired, I decided to keep them around. So those were all of the reds that I have. I still have 6 of them for you to go, which are very bright things and very dark vampy things. And I forgot about the lip liners there for a minute. This is Cherry lip liner. I just got this in, so that's why it's not part of my brain yet that I have it, but I thought it could be nice together with Russian red. So, and this is just a more blue toned red that is a drier texture. Like, that's one of the things I like about MAC lip liners, is they wear really well because they have a drier texture. I also love the Kiko ones, but those are really creamy. Those last really well as well. But I sometimes want the MAC ones. Like, I don't know why. So we're going to start off with something, again, a very, very old lipstick. Very well worn. Look at how much I've worn this. This is Impassioned. And this is starting to, like, smell a little bit like Play-Doh, but not quite yet. It's still Swatch as well. And it's like a pinky coral. Not a shade I would pick up anymore. But because I have it and because it hadn't expired, I still have it. This was one of my favorite bright, colorful lipsticks I used to own back in the day. So here is Impassioned. Pretty, yes. Something I wear a lot anymore, no. If I tend to wear something bright, I tend to wear something that's like a pink with a berry undertone. That's what I tend to go for nowadays in terms of brightness. I think it's more like magentas. That's how they are classified. So pinks with a lot of purple running through them. And not something with this much orange, but I used to love shades like this. Next up is the bright orange I have. This is Morange, and this is quite possibly the best orange lipstick you can ever find. And if I need an orange lipstick, this is what I go for. I do live in the Netherlands. Orange is our national color because of the name of our king. So having orange lipstick is a must-have, even if it doesn't look good on you. Here's what Morange looks like. As far as a bright orange goes, I think it's still pretty decent. This is nice. I believe these are both amplifieds, which is a lipstick range they no longer do. I do know that much. So I'm not sure if this is still part of the MAC lipstick range, but if you happen to be a Dutchie as well and you were looking for a good orange to wear to like sports games or King's Day or anything like that, we just had King's Day, so it doesn't make a lot of sense, but then this may be nice. The final very old lipstick I have, this is Rebel, and Rebel still smells fine as well. I'm sniffing these because I'm never sure, because every single time I open these up they could be expired. And this looks like a very nice bright purple, which it kind of is, but it has a lot of pink running through it. So I feel it's not as intense as it looks in the bullet. And I used to wear this religiously in the fall time, like all the time. I would be wearing this. That's Rebel for you on my lips. I feel this is stunning. This is still such a good shade. I think they still do it as well. This is a little bit more out there than your average like nude or whatever, but I think if you, again, it's a very versatile lipstick. You can tone this down and make it look more neutral, and I definitely feel that if you pair it with some lip liner and stuff, you can like make it look more edgy, more glam. This has many different options to it, and that's why I still love it till this day. I put this on and I'm like, oh, why don't I wear this more often? Because this is really beautiful. I'm wearing something purpley on my eyes as well, and I feel instantly it sort of complements each other, even though I've been swatching lipsticks for a past hour or so, and I'm like, okay, my lips are starting to die right now. I wanted to show you one more lip liner. This is half red. And this is like, it looks so much darker. That's why I keep forgetting about this one. But this is actually one that I sort of bought to go with, I think it was Soore. Let me put Soore with this real quickly for you. And as you can see, half red pairs really well with Soore. I do have to say that this is how I normally do lip liners, so I feel this way the lip liner effect is a lot less intense. Then we have a shade that I just bought just recently. This is one I didn't own at the time. I actually wanted to repurchase Diva, but that one was out of stock. They don't do it anymore. D for Danger, however, I think is closest to what Diva used to give me. It was one of my favorite vampy lipsticks, and I was like, no, I'm back into vampy lipsticks. I would like to own Diva again. So I got myself D for Danger instead. And this is a really pretty sort of like berry red, you could say. I think Diva was just a slightly hint less berry than this was, but this is pretty. And this is D for Danger. Really pretty as well. I really like that it's got quite a lot of purple, doesn't it? I like that. That's really pretty for the fall time. It's like a more classy version of Rebel, I feel. I just have 2 more lipsticks left, and for both of these I actually have lip liners that kind of go with it. This combo was all the rage last fall, and I got sucked in a lot. This is what made me want to wear vampy lips again. And I'm of course talking about Film Noir with Root for Me lip liner. This was everywhere in the fall time, and I got sucked in. So here's what Root for Me looks like. Again, I'm going to layer them lipstick first, then the lip liner, but again, I would wear this the other way around. So here is Film Noir. It's very vampy. It's like a blackberry shade, but it has red as well, I feel. And then here is what Root for Me looks like. It's like a deeper version of half red almost, and I feel I really need it, especially now because my lip line is dead to cover up some of the redness. So this is Film Noir with Root for Me. I feel I almost need that deeper lip line with it to sort of carve it out a bit more and to make it look a little bit more seamless, because else it just, again, with very light shades and very dark shades, I feel you can really sometimes see that redness that I have in my lip line, and this one shows it very, very much as well. But I just feel there's something really cool about this. I just need to be a bit braver and wear it more often. The final combo I have for you is Mixed Media. They've revamped Media lipstick, which was a satin, but they've now made it a matte. So that makes me happy, because these really intense shades, I don't want them as satin so they can slip and slide around. And we're pairing it with Night Moth. This was a lip liner that I had on my wish list for such a long time. And again, like I was saying about Film Noir, I just feel with really deep shades like this that I need that lip liner to make it work. So here is Mixed Media. It's like a deeper version of Rebel. And there we have Night Moth. So this is mixed media by itself. And here it is paired with a bit of Night Moth, which they complement each other very, very nicely. So here are all of my MAC lipsticks swatched out for you so you can hopefully have an idea. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. These were all of the MAC lipsticks in my collection. Let me know in a comment down below what your favorite MAC lipstick is. I would love to know, and I hope this video was helpful because I know that very often not all creators have the same skin tone as you do, and maybe if you also have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, you now have a better idea of what some of these might look like on you. So if you were shopping for MAC lipsticks, this could be a reference guide. I hope that that can be helpful as well. So for now, thanks so much for being here. I do swatch out lipsticks whenever I have plenty of them, like this today, so I do these kind of videos quite regularly. So if you want to see more lipstick related content on this channel, then I really hope you look forward to that. So subscribe, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye-bye.